All right, hello everyone. So today is Tuesday. Let's take a look at the market. Now, remember yesterday I gave the swing days for everything. And remember I said for gold, Monday is a swing day. So let's take a look at Monday. So this is Monday, right? So that's pretty much, let's see, where did the market open? The market opened up here. Okay, so that's the 6th of November. Here, the market opens up here. So that's the high. That's a pretty good swing. Now, yesterday I also said, let's be a bit careful here. This is on the one hand sell zone. We've got a breakout here. If it pulls up into an astro hour, I said it's sellable, but you have to be careful. Okay, however, though, it is sellable because we're right on the edge here as well. Okay, so that was flowing down, and this, as you can see, that's the Mars trend line there, market breaking downwards. So we've got room to go down. So this is the astro hour for yesterday. You can see the market here. Okay, and also now this is a bit in the middle of nowhere, but if you think about it, I said this is not a bad place to go long if the market comes down here. Consequently, I said this is also retracement. So if it goes up, you can sell. If it comes down, you can buy. Okay, so it was a bit tricky here, as you can see. But I did say this was a target there. And as you can see, it broke that, closed under it, and then pushed down. So this is what would have happened. If you bought here, you should have been okay to take some profit. This is an astro hour. This is an astro hour. If you sold here, you should have been okay. Okay, you should have also taken some profit. That's good within the intraday trading session. And then as you can see, this was the last Astro day where the market was just going down and PST had broken down. So hopefully you didn't go against that move because that was not, because that was a breakdown. Okay, so on the PST. Okay, so what to do now? So like I said, we've got room to come here. As you know, I drew these levels way before, and you can see the market should should come back into this zone basically. All right, and then we should kind of like see how things pan out from here. I could actually do this. Okay, and this is where we should get back into if we want to buy gold, but in the interim we got these. So if the market goes back up, selling is an option. Your first target is HCL1 1965, so we should put that there. I can just bring this here now. 1965. That's going to be your first target there. Okay, 1965. On the weekly, as you can see, this is nice to see. Okay, so it's pretty much filled in the gap on the weekly as well and pushing down. So we might want to sell if the market goes back up into this zone of yesterday. And also the daily pivot is here today. Yesterday it was there. That's where the market sold. Okay, this is where they bought, went up, sold down. Okay, so it's like boom, boom, boom. Astro hour on the highs, selling downwards. And that's it. Let me just refresh this so we get that daily pivot up here, because if the market goes back up, okay, we'd like to sell again. Why? Because you see where the market broke down. Let's do this. This is the level the market broke down. So if we go back up here into the equilibrium zone where the market sold off, we'd like to sell again in those astro hours. Now, yesterday I said expect some sudden moves in the market. As you can see, it was like a sudden up down move. This is like in the New York session. I said it would be also worth trading tops and bottoms for everything. And same thing kind of today as well, if you take a look at the hours. All right, so this 6:45, 5:25, 6:45 is looking nice. Also lunchtime, 1 to 1:45 is looking good. I think change will come probably after, it's probably around there, 1:30, 1:45, around there in that time period. So until then, we should the market should kind of move into a spot. Okay, on the weekly, because the target is really, really down there, what we can anticipate is either this zone here or at least that zone there. So on the daily, that should bring us down, as you can see. So if the market goes up, selling gold again, I think is an option. And down here we've got 45, which is 1950, which we don't mind coming down to because 1950 is a good level, and 40 is 1934, 1932, which is also fine because that'll be like, pretty much coming, then it will probably come down into that zone there. Okay, but we want to fill in gaps with gold in any case. So a good ABC down is not a bad idea. Yesterday, I also talked about the market making an up move. If it does make a sudden move, because I was expecting a sudden move, you can also sell at the highs as well, because that's going to be a 1, 2, 3 tap, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making a 3 tap and then a push down. Okay, so that's also an option that we could, probably sell this off as it broke the PST as well. So any up move is good to sell downwards. Just be cautious because there's a war on. Also, Monday was a swing day for SP 500. So if you also, sold the highs, you would have been okay. As you can see, this is pretty nice because you see where it is. That was the high of Friday, as you can see. Market gets there. It's an Astro hour right there. And this is an high. This is also, again, look, Astro hours here at the highs. So market selling downwards. So any push up into any resistance level you got. Today, the daily pivot is there, for example. Okay, this is where the daily pivot is. You can see they're like selling off there. So at Astro hours, if we're up somewhere, I think selling is not a bad idea, simply because we should understand on the daily. Let's take a look at the daily as well. Let's get back here. Right, here we are. Remember, this is our sell zone here. Okay, this is a good resistance level, 64, which is 436869. 436869. So this zone is good to sell. Okay, so this is what the market did yesterday. If it does it also today, it's not a bad idea to sell off. I think is good as well. All right, so that was yesterday. The market, the 7th, is, as you can see here, as at today. That's the level there. So any up move, I think, is okay to sell down. On the weekly, we had to be a little careful here, remember, because we got a breakout here. So you have to be careful. The market should have that target 49.77. So this is a level you need to be careful at, 4,312, which I should have marked in. There you go, yesterday. Okay, because this is going to be also a buy zone because it's a good buy kiss on the weekly. All right, and then you got 4,303 on the price, which is there. So this zone, okay, this zone is not a bad zone at all. Okay, if the market comes down here, going up is an option the market will want to use. But with indices, you know me, over the medium term as well, I'm short on the indices. So at resistance levels, I'm okay to sell this as well. Okay, so up here at, at Astro hours, if we're up here somewhere, I think we're okay to sell. Like I said, you could wait for those hours, which is between 1 and 145, which is going to be 12 on the platform. Remember, the hour of the platform has changed. So let's come to 12. Okay. 12 to 12:45. You can just put your hours in like I do here, okay, and be mindful on those. So if we're up here somewhere, you can sell, or the market came down, went up to the daily pivot, up into here, then you can sell off again, and so on. Okay, and that's basically it. So we should flow until, like I said, that 130, 145. The market should get somewhere. Also, beyond that, be careful because until 315, 315, there could also be a harsh sudden move where the market could be like pushy, and that's just before New York opening. Okay, so with the indices, like I said, going down is what I would like to do. Any sell opportunity in this zone is okay. If it goes up, any sell opportunity at Astro hours is good to push the market down. We should come back into those levels I talked about. Euro dollar, Same kind of thing. I marked in this level yesterday. Remember, also the swing day for the euro dollar is today. Okay, yesterday it wasn't yesterday for the euro dollar, but euro dollar, as you can see, it came pretty nicely into those levels. And if you think about it, yesterday the Astro hours was 10:05 my time, so that's 9 o'clock there. We had these levels, remember, and then we had on the platform it would have been 10:35 there. All right, so that was the hour 10:35 we had, which was 11:35 my time. Okay, and then we had 5:45, 6:50. That's just 6:50. That's your 5:15, 5:30, 5:45 there. So that zone again, once again, a beautiful turn off, right, between 5:45. This is also 5 o'clock. We had 5 o'clock as well, remember? So 5 o'clock was here. Okay, that's your 5 past 5. Market really coming down, going up for a retest, selling off again. So that's a sell-off. That's a sell-off going into the Astro hours, and that's nice and easy. With the euro dollar as well, any push up, you're good to sell. Remember, this is our Venus line. All right. So market's selling off pretty close to the Venus line. It is right on that bar you can see here, the last manipulation bar before the sell-off. So selling down is the way to go. Your target, your first target is going to be this, which is 59. So be careful at 1.0685. 1.0685. This is the first target of the day. All right. Now there is more room to come down because of this gap here, which is these levels here. But what I can do is I can get rid of these because on the daily that's the only one there. The weekly pivot you're always going to keep in mind, no problem there. Okay, but selling also at LCL1, which is 1.0737. So if the market goes up to 1.0737 is there, right? If we go back up here, that's the daily pivot as well. You're good to sell. I'm just going to delete these now. Okay, and that's it. Why? Because it didn't make that. That was the zone there. Okay, so that's the target. If it goes back up, retraces, push down into there, you can sell off at Astro hours. Like I said, be mindful at that level because that's going to be the tricky zone there. If I refresh this, you'll see the daily pivot is here. It should pull up a little bit to sell off. So if it does do that, selling off is not a bad idea. Like I said, Tuesday is the swing day for the euro dollar. So if we come back up here or slightly above, retesting the high of yesterday and so on, then selling here is okay at an Astro hour. Okay, obviously no selling at the lows. Pretty much this is going to be the first level where the market might buy in order to go up, and if we get up into an Astro hour, then you can sell off. On the monthly, like I said yesterday as well, if you take a look at your monthly, okay, this is an indecision bar. The market's going up and it's coming pretty much, as you can see, to 1.0765, which is what we marked in yesterday. Remember 1.0765 there. All right, so it's like pretty close, as you can see there. So selling is the way to go on this one. Any push up into an Astro hour is good to sell downwards. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. Now with the Astro hours as well, remember Monday is a swing day for Dow Jones, and well, it was a swing day for Dow Jones, but Tuesday is also a swing day for the indices as well. Both, well, not for both, all three of them. For SP 500, Dow Jones, and Nasdaq, Tuesday is a swing day. So any high price, okay, because we are at the highs, right? So any high price you see on the indices, we're okay to kind of like short it. So let's take a look. Let's have these come up first. Right, Dow Jones. Now remember, Dow Jones, we had this price yesterday. It had done that price on the Friday. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is the daily. right on the edge there. Okay, so selling from here is not a bad idea because it's right on the edge there. On the other hand, also we said we need to be careful because of the breakout. So we're still expecting the market to retrace, and a possible good retracement is 46.33 466. 33 466, which is down here. So we could probably take the weekly target and this 466 here, whoops, right, as a nice target 466. Okay, never mind. This is the zone. Okay, so any up move I think is okay to sell on the weekly, despite the fact that we have broken out. So this is important, right? On the PSD, when there's a breakout, you don't want to stand in front of it too much. On the other hand, we're at the channel top here, so a bit of a pullback into this zone I don't think is a bad idea. But when it gets down here, just be mindful that there could be a buy reaction because this is pretty aggressive. On the other hand as well, remember, I did say there's going to be an up move in order to sell. So the market moved up there, really, really fast. Now it needs to fill in all this. So coming back down is just logical. So selling the highs is a good idea, in my opinion, anyway. So that level also today, this is LCL 134, 190. So 34, 190 is up here somewhere. All right, so this is also on the card. So if it does come up again, take out the stop losses because there are equal highs here, and then sell off again. I think is not a bad idea since Tuesday is a swing day. Any up level here in this zone, the daily, the opening up here at Astro hours, I think is good to sell. You can target these levels here, the weekly, and slightly above it as well. Same kind of thing for NASDAQ. Since it's a swing day for all three of them, I think selling is not a bad idea. Once again, here on the NASDAQ as well, we've got the LCL1 line, which is 15,240 on the daily. So if I just come to the 15-minute chart, let's put that 15,240 on our cards, which is just here. Okay, so let's also get rid of this. Okay, let's do this. So, anything up high of yesterday into that zone, this is a nice price as well. If it gets up there into an Astro hour, we can sell it off. I think any resistance zone here at Astro hours is good to kind of like sell off. So in the US session, if we see an up move, then I think selling is not a bad idea. That could happen, like I said, around 6:45. Expect some sudden moves also, maybe pre-opening, but then we should kind of like stabilize by 320, 330, and then the market, should kind of like say, well, this is it. So turning around today is not a bad idea. Any price where the market is high, we can sell off at Astro hours on the indices. Here is Bitcoin. I think same kind of thing here is the swing days. I'll put the swing days for Bitcoin as well. And for Bitcoin, it was Monday, yesterday. Okay, so this is yesterday, as you can see, right? And according to the Astro hours on the platform, where are we there? Let's see, what time is that one? That's, what is it? That's 12:50 my time. No, that's 2:50 my time. Let's see, where did we have? We had 10:35. 10:35. That's your 10:35, okay, which was 11:35 my time, but it's 10:35 on the platform. And then we had 5:05, which is 4:05 on the platform. This is 4:05. Whoopsie daisy, that's your 4:05. And then we had, what do we have? 4:40. All right, so 440 is right there. That's your 450, 440. So you can see that's the buy market going to the highs. You see where they sold off, sold off, sold off. Comes up here, Astro hour, sell off again. Okay, and that's basically it. So if the market, is at high levels, I think selling is probably the way to go on this one. As you can see, I also talked about a 3 tap here, which could happen on these days as well. So like a 1, 2, 3, and then a big ABC down back into here, or even probably lower into these zones. Okay, we could definitely get back into the 20s, and wouldn't mind doing that at all. All right, but remember, in spring we've got a special day time where the market can really do a big low, and that would be a good place to buy as well. If you're intraday trading it, I would sell the highs and push down, close the gaps, possibly come back into here in the, in the like medium term, like, few days, several days, or whatever. Okay. And on the 15-minute chart, this is how it's looking like. Obviously, don't sell in the middle of nowhere. Sell the highs at Astro hours. If you want to buy, then you got to do it from the lows. And if you want to buy, keep in mind that this is the first support of the day, so no selling here. Today, 68.70, 34.750 to 8.35. That's the first support of the day. So this zone is a support zone. All right. If it breaks below that, then you could sell off. Okay, then you could probably go into that 62.60 zone, which is 34,230 to 360, 30, which is around here. Okay, 360, let's say, into this zone here. All right, so that'll be your first target, like it was there as well, if it starts to break below that level.